Hi, thanks for joining me on the 249 Marathon Project Week 3 update. In this video, I'll go through all of the training sessions from last week and give you an update on where I am at the minute. And just wanted to mention, if you are enjoying this content or you're following along on the 249 project, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It puts me in front of more people and holds me a little bit more accountable and making the whole project a little bit more achievable. It doesn't cost you anything. You'll not get spammed with email. It's just a little something you can do to help me out. Okay, so to start with, Monday was a rest day. And just like the last 2 weeks, I did do my strength and conditioning workout in the morning, which is just my body weight workout. I increased the repetitions starting on Monday from 35 to 40 reps per exercise. So that was a slight increase. I also went for an evening walk, so it was very low intensity for the day. For nutrition, I had 1,900 calories, 122 grams of protein, and 3.5 liters of water. I slept 6 hours, not a great night's sleep, but that's right where I'm generally between 6 and 7 hours, so it's not an unhealthy amount for me. Tuesday was a hill rep session, followed by 8K or 5 miles at an easy pace.
Uno más.
It's been so long since I've done hill repeats that you almost forget how hard they are. By the time I finished, my legs were jelly, and those 8K or 5 miles were really difficult. I can't say I enjoyed them. However, when I got them done, I was really pleased to have it all done. For this session, I wore my Saucony Endorphin Shift 2s, and it was 27 degrees, so it was a warm morning for this one. I had 1,900 calories for the day, 180 grams of protein, 3.5 liters of water once again, and for the second night in a row, I had 6 hours of sleep. Wednesday was a 10K at easy effort, which is 6 miles. I wore an old pair of Alphafly 1s. That's not a pair of trainers that you would typically think of using for an easy effort. However, this particular pair has about 500 kilometers on them, or about 300 miles. They're well past their sell-by date. There's very little pop left in them, but they're still a light trainer, and I'll probably get another few hundred kilometers out of them. On the day for nutrition, I had, once again, 1,900 calories, 175 grams of protein. I had 3.25 liters of water. I did my strength and conditioning as well as a yoga session, and I had 7.5 hours of sleep. Thursday was a 15K, which is 9 miles, with the last 4K or 2 miles at a steady pace. I wore my Nike Zoom Tempo Next Percents, really good training shoe. The temperature was 24 degrees. For nutrition, I had 1,900 calories, 199 grams of protein, 4 liters of water, and once again, I had 7.5 hours of sleep. Friday was my first double session of the program. I have my social run in the morning, nice 5K easy, and I followed that up with an afternoon 5K easy. For these runs, I wore my Nike Revolution 6 trainers, and for the morning 5K, it was 23 degrees, and in the evening, it was 31 degrees, so that's 88 degrees Fahrenheit in the evening. The afternoon session was very windy, and I decided to work on a theory that I've been thinking about now for a while. Into the wind, I was looking at shortening my stride length and increasing my cadence, and coming back with a tailwind, I was increasing my stride length and reducing my cadence. I think it works. I don't know. I'll keep working on it and see if that holds true more often than not. But I found it interesting anyway, and as far as I know, seems to be a good method of running into and out of the wind. For nutrition, I had 2,800 calories, way more than I wanted to. It was another night that we had some company over. We had homemade paella and ended up overdoing it with the snacks and things in the evening. Pretty much going into the evening, I was really well disciplined, just lost the willpower at the end. However, not the end of the world. I had 141 grams of protein, 3.5 liters of water, and I slept 6.25 hours. Saturday session was a 5K at steady pace in between 1.5K warm-up and cool down. When I executed this run, I ended up going 1.5K as a warm-up, and then I just held the steady pace all the way to the end. I wore, once again, my Alphafly 1s, the old pair. Felt really good, so I enjoyed holding that pace for a while. The temperature was a very comfortable 22 degrees Celsius, which is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. I had just under 2,000 calories for the day, 162 grams of protein, 4 liters of water. Now, I only had 4.5 hours sleep. So you would think that that training session might have been a little bit harder than it was, but it wasn't. So I was able to function quite well on 4.5 hours sleep. That's an anomaly. It won't happen very often, and so it doesn't really affect me too bad. Sunday was a 27-kilometer long slow distance run, which is a 17 miler. I ended up doing 29, just the way the route took me. But I'll take those extra Ks as it sets me up nicely for this week's long slow distance run, which is 32K or 20 miles. So I wore my Hoka Rocket X2s, really nice trainer. Once again, you mightn't think that the Rocket X2s are a long slow distance trainer. However, my feet feel really good in them. I like to have the comfortable shoes on when I know I'm going to be on the road for 2.5 hours. I ended up being on the road for 2 hours 38 minutes. When I started the run, it was 24 degrees, which is 74 degrees Fahrenheit. When I finished the run, 2 hours and 38 minutes later, it was 31 degrees or 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So quite a difference from start to finish. For nutrition, I had 1,800 calories, 142 grams of protein, 3.5 liters of water. For sleep, I had 8 hours. That more than made up for the 4.5 hours the previous night. In total, I had 87 kilometers or just over, which was 54 miles. The miles are creeping up nicely. I'm feeling really good and strong, so I'm pleased with that. So my Friday morning weigh-in was a little bit better than the previous week. I was down to 160.4 pounds, so I dropped a pound or half a kilo. So my current weight is 72.8 kilograms. My average resting heart rate is hovering around 40 beats per minute, no change from the previous week, and I don't suspect it's going to go much lower than that. I think by the time we finish this project, I'll be around 39. I don't think it's going to fluctuate too much. I average 6 hours and 34 minutes of sleep throughout the week, and for protein, I averaged 160 grams of protein every day. For calories, I averaged 2,000, just over 2,000 calories per day. And for water intake, I averaged 3.75 liters every day. So that's an update on where I am at the minute. You'll see all the details on the blog post, which I'll put a link in the description. I just wanted to mention as well that I'll have another blog post coming out shortly, as well as another video, just addressing what I'm hearing from a lot of my coaching clients, as well as athletes that I see posting up on social media about the feedback their Garmin or their sports watch has given them, telling them that their predicted race time is going to be this, or that they're overreaching, or that particular session was unproductive. I want to address that in a blog post here. And so that'll be coming out in the next day or two. So thanks for sticking around to the end. I'll put up next week's training on Friday, and I will talk to you then. Have a great week.